Hi, everybody. I think I'm recording now. Um, Good morning. It's Monday morning. It's beautiful outside. I'm looking out at my deck. There's snow. I love it. Went for a walk today. It was amazing. And I'm going to go back out and hit the road by myself or with a friend 6 feet away from each other, whatever. I need some companionship. So anyway, I just want to continue this chapter with you. And just so you know, with job costing, we're going to go very slowly, just one sheet at a time. I hope you're okay with that. So yesterday, or I'm sorry, Friday, we took a look at, or I did. I don't know when you're looking at this, but the stuff, take your time, do what you got to do. So anyway, we looked at classifying materials that go into a product. And I made a few mistakes. So I just want to clarify with you what I did wrong, and we'll learn from this and move on. So the stainless steel casing for grills and the wood used to produce the desk, these are material parts to the product. That means they're major components to a product. The rivets, however, are considered immaterial. They are not a major part of what we are producing, and they're probably used in a lot of different products made by the company. So, therefore, it is not a direct material. So we're going to get rid of this and make this blue. Save my primary blue, or I could just, copy that shading. There we go. So we're going to get rid of that for direct materials, and we're going to make this cost over here, and we're going to classify that as factory overhead. So I'm going to make that yellow. Okay, so just to clarify, rivets are immaterial and they are definitely factory overhead. That's in the book. I missed it. So some of you probably caught that, which is great. I think that's it for that part. Now, for today's lesson, we're actually going to take a look at a materials ledger. And so we're going to be classifying materials that are used and the cost of those, and also other costs that go into making a product. We're not going to be classifying any of these materials as finished goods as of yet, but we will be creating a finished goods card. Okay. All right. So in regard to costing, I have these materials actually grayed out. These are the major materials that are going to be included in the materials subledger. So we're going to highlight those yellow, okay? And then everything else, I believe, is cost. So sandpaper, that's a cost, right? Cleaning solution for factory floors, that's a cost. And all these other ones are costs. I'm going to make another correction in my type of cost classification. I incorrectly told you guys that wages earned by a marketing manager is factory overhead. It is not, because that person, that marketing manager, does not work at the factory. They're at headquarters. So I'm going to format paint this blue, and we're going to put this as none. Now, certainly the salary earned by the marketing manager is a cost to the company, but it's not included in the direct manufacturing of the product or in that factory as well. Okay. All right. So I think we're done with this. So let's go to application 1-1. We're going to finish this today, and then this will be enough lecture for today. All right. And you guys can just, I guess, read for homework or whatever you want to call it. You can just read that section in the book, the 17-.1, which you probably already have. All right, so let's take a look at the materials ledger card. This is specific for something that's major to a product. So in this case, it looks like they're making washing machines. So we need some washer tubs to do that. So the article is actually the name of the part that's going to be used in production, okay? The reorder, the time to reorder would be if you are the time to reorder would be if you are at under 600. So that's the minimum amount of washer tubs that we would have where we should be ordering. Again, My phone's going crazy. So the reorder minimum amount is 200 washer tubs. All right. So if we have under 600 in the warehouse, we need to reorder at least 200. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. The account number is just the account number of the washer tub because we have to account for it somehow, right? And then the location is where it is in the warehouse. All right, so let's take a look. If you look down here, we screenshotted this in for you. So these are all the transactions that we're going to be looking at, January 3rd through the 13th. So those are in your book as well on page 526. So if you want to open up your book, that would be great. All right, so let's take a look at the first one. We're going to record a purchase of 200 or a purchase order of 200 units. So we're just placing the order with the company who provides, a vendor that provides these to us. Doesn't mean we got them in yet. We just placed the PO. All right. Because if you look over here, this is the balance on this materials ledger card of how many washer tubs we actually have. So we're down to 180. It's time to order, folks. It really is time. So we need to get some washer tubs in so we can continue production. All right, so we're going to place a PO on January 3rd. And the PO number is 613 and the quantity is 200. Here we go. Okay, so we didn't get those in yet. We don't have to do anything else. We just ordered some washer tubs. All right, the second one is, says that we recorded a job rec moving 10 tubs from the warehouse into production. All right, so that is going to be right here under the issued. Issued means it went from the warehouse where the received is into production. All right, so we're going to, this is January 3rd, same day, and the job rec is 775. And the quantity that the production folks want is 10. The unit price is still $24, and the value is simply going to be 10 times, you got it, 24. So 240. Now, what's important to do is, and I'm going to move myself over here. What's important to do is to update your balance. So it's a January 3rd update. And we had 180. We have not received the 200 yet. So we're going to subtract from the 180 the 10 that have been removed from the warehouse into production. So now we only have 180 minus 10, 170 units. At $24 that we paid for them. And so it's going to, our running balance of our cost of inventory that we currently have is now down to $4,080. That's worth of washer tubs in our warehouse. Okay, move myself back over. All right, so let's look at the next one. January 10th. Again, production is asking for those, for more washer tubs. So we really hope this PO comes in pretty quickly because we're going to need more washer tubs. All right, so January 10th, we have a job rec. The number is 782, and the quantity needed this time is 45 washer tubs at $24 a piece. And so I'm just going to copy, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy that formula down. So it's 45 times $24 a piece. And again, once again, we're going to update our balance. All right, so you know what's going on right now. We're going to subtract the 45 from the 170 to give us a running balance. We're going to put 24 down and copy that formula. So right now we have $3,000 worth of inventory in our warehouse. All right, next one is we received the purchase order that we ordered. Thank goodness, because we really need it. So we're going to be hitting up the received area right now. So what date was that? January 13th. Oops, 13th. It was the PO number 613. So I'm just going to cell reference that so you guys know when you go back to this, you know where it came from. And we have the quantity here, so I'm going to cell reference that. And the unit price hasn't changed. They didn't raise the prices on us. So the value is going to be 200 times $24. So $4,800. Okay, so let's update our balance now. Now we have more items, more washer tubs in the warehouse. So on January 13th, our quantity has changed. So we're going to, what are we going to do? We're going to create a formula, the 125 plus now the 200 that we got into stock today. 325, and then I'm just going to copy these down. No, I'm not. I'm going to type in 24, and I'm going to copy this formula. There we go. $7,800 worth of washer tubs. How you like that? That was pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to be journalizing a little bit. Back to journalizing. It never ends, does it? Nope, it doesn't. All right, so we've got 4 transactions, January 3rd through the 13th, of purchases made on account, which means we haven't paid for them, right? So these are vendors that we're going to be recording in the purchases journal. So this is specific. This isn't just a purchases journal. This is a materials purchases journal. So we're getting a little more specific in manufacturing. All right, so let's do this. We bought some things from KB Manufacturing, and this is going to have, so we're only going to put the value in once because it's a materials debit, which means we're increasing materials, right? We ordered it, we got it in, but our liabilities went up because we haven't paid for it yet. So we can use the same column, okay? You totally could separate these columns if you want to, but it just makes it simple. All right, so January 3rd, the account title is the KB Manufacturing. Manufacturing. And the purchase number, it told us, was 610. And the posting reference would be, well, we're not going to do that right now. It would be KB Manufacturing, but we don't have that information. So we're going to put in just the amount, 3212, $3,212 that we owe KB Manufacturing for the materials that we received. And this is not January 3rd or January 2nd, this is January 3rd. All right, same thing for January 5th, different vendor, no. Why is this doing this? That's so weird. January 5th. All right, I'm gonna format paint all of these. There we go. All right, so you might have to do a little format painter. Something weird is happening with the formatting, so just go select your first January, hit your format painter. You're probably in Sheets though, but you can still hit the paintbrush format painter and then paint all the way down. So therefore, there you'll have your dates all looking the same. Okay. North End Motors is our account title, and this is 611. Format paint these two so they're the same. And then how much is it? $21,567. Okay, next one, January 12th. This is just like in class, right? Yes. Gateway Gear Incorporated, 612, PO 612, and $6,765. And our last one is January 13th from Washington Corporation. This one is 613. Okay, so the purchase orders go in order. The amounts are typed in correctly. We're good to go. Yeah. So just to review again, this is a materials ledger card that's done for each one of the major materials that goes into the production of a product. Okay, so if you have a washing machine, you need to have washer tubs, and that's a big part of that product. Okay, I'm going to stop right here and let you soak this in, and we'll continue on with 17 1-2. Bye.